I want to play Infinity Blade, but you can't download it anymore, which is stupid. It is the greatest mobile game of all time, and the fact that it's not on the App Store anymore is the stupidest thing in existence. So today, I'm going to be fixing up my old iPad, which should have all 3 games on there. I'm going to be fixing it up so that I can just play it, because it's so stupid that you can't get it on the modern devices anymore. So to fix my iPad, to get it working all properly and correctly, I gotta do 2 things to it. Swap out not the screen, but whatever the touch sensor thing is in front of the screen. And the battery. Gotta swap out the battery. Because you should be able to see it here, but it is puffing up like crazy, which is definitely not safe. That, and it holds a charge for like 3 minutes. And that's at 100%. So, just gotta get that out of there and swap that in. So that's what we'll be doing today. Now, I could also do this with my iPod. However, apparently the part I ordered for it is faulty, so I can't do that. So I'll do that some other time. Yeah. Although it also just has the same issues, though. Bad screen, bad battery, but the screen is defective. So we'll only be doing the iPad today. Maybe sometime in the future, but hey, the iPad has the games on them, so maybe I'll just stick with doing the iPad, bigger screen, keep it on that. And I will say, for those who haven't played Infinity Blade, you're missing out. Whether that means you're too young and you've just never heard of it before, or you're someone my age and older, and you just skip past it, which is stupid. It is the best mobile games to ever exist. Heck, these games got a trilogy, which is insane for, 2015? That's like the middle area? Because what is it? 2010 to 2018? It's insane that I got a trilogy. But still, these games are a work of art, literally and figuratively speaking. But yeah, they are just the greatest games in existence. From Infinity Blade 1, setting up the game combat, the whole format, and also introducing great lore with all the bloodline mechanics, Ragear, and the Deathless, which is excellent. And then Infinity Blade 2, loved exploring every part of the vault. Getting the Outside of the Vows set with all of its secrets and the hidden room that comes with it is great. Always had fun doing that. Such a great time. And then Infinity Blade 3, adding so many new areas, making it kind of open world-ish, or as much as you can get for this type of game. And also adding so many more game mechanics, and so much more lore. And also, look at this opening cinematic.
Immortal, invincible, the Deathless came, caressed the throats of weak humanity. To kill the immortal is impossible, they said. But I, the worker of secrets, embraced the Deathless warlord and forged you, a weapon to slay the unslayable.
This was the greatest thing to watch. It's on par with Elden Ring's intro. So yeah, these are the greatest mobile games ever. And it sucks that they are not on the App Store anymore for any modern devices. Now, the whole reason given was that it's too expensive to keep on updating them for modern software, which is stupid because you could still play Fruit Ninja on modern devices. And that game's about just as old, and that's still going. And heck, I still have all 3 Infinity Blades on my current iPhone 15. I can't play them. They're still there. You go try to tap on it. It says, oh, it doesn't work. Do you want to delete it? And I say, no. Those games are going to be on my current phone till the day I die. Well, that's my rant on how this is the greatest mobile games of all time. And how stupid it is that they changed, or that you can't get them anymore. You have to be doing stuff like this, fixing up old devices and making sure that they work properly. And I will say, every once in a while during the video, you might see me take a pause, wave my hands around. It seems like I'm talking. It's because I am. I lost the audio to all this footage, hence why I'm doing a voiceover this time, which is, I don't know how that happens. So for this, I've actually tried to fix my iPad like 2 years ago. It didn't go as well. The corner was bent in, which made the display thing crack. Well, it wouldn't fit properly, and then because of that, I pushed it down too hard and then cracked it. Hence, it doesn't look as bad as it does for the screen part. It used to look worse. And then also the battery was still puffy back then, so it didn't even sit properly. But this time, I'm going to do it properly, and hopefully not mess up. But well, this is voiceover me, so I know I messed up during it. Not much I could do about that. Yeah, it's a really simple process to do all this. Really just slightly time consuming. Like the whole thing maybe took me an hour or so, and that's going back and forth between watching a YouTube tutorial in the middle of it. Yeah, it's really just get a heat gun, making sure the display is all warm so that you could undo the adhesive, which I didn't have to bother with since this one wasn't properly, seated, which saved so much time. And then you just have to unplug some stuff and undo a bunch of screws, which is the most annoying part. And then boom, the battery's just right there. And then, you have to unstick that from the bottom without trying to puncture it, because, health risk and all. But outside of that, very simple thing to do. Like the new battery and the screen thing cost me like $30 total plus shipping and everything. And I got them off of AliExpress. So, they should be good. Still, like, I need genuine Apple parts for this. Granted, the iPad's like, what is it, 2006? Or, what, no, it's 2026, so that makes it at least 10 years old, which is crazy to think about. Man, I'm going to start another rant about how it's been 10 years since 2016. Jeez, okay. Yeah, outside of that, it's a very simple process. If you have a device like this, I would say give it a shot yourself. It's not super difficult. It's just time, not even super time consuming. It's just relatively simple. So yeah, the only part to really go wrong with this is, one, I didn't undent the corner where I dropped it from. I didn't undent it enough, which is the issue with what happened last time I tried to fix it, which caused the screen to crack again when trying to put it in. This time, I mostly fixed that. Could have done it a bit more, a bit better, but got it working. The screen sits flush enough, which is good. The battery was super easy to do. You literally just take off the film, sit it in, make sure it's just lined up, and you're all set to go. And after some, just unplugging and plugging stuff back in, I got everything working, It held a charge for a lot longer than 5 minutes. And then the touch screen thing worked properly. It took a second. I had to unplug and plug that back in like twice to make sure I actually got it in correctly. But yeah, got it all working out, tested it. Apparently my iPad only has Infinity Blade 1 and 2 on it, which I did not realize. Probably deleted the third one a while ago to make space for something else, which was stupid. So I'm going to try and figure out how to get the third one back on there. See how well that goes. Unless if it's too annoying, I have to do a whole complicated process. Hopefully I could just connect it to Wi-Fi and just, hit the re-download button. But so far, can't connect to Wi-Fi. No idea why. Maybe it's just that old that modern Wi-Fi maybe the Wi-Fi unit in it doesn't work. And that's worth a look at. But also, I don't know how I'd fix that, so give it a shot some other time. Or maybe I'll actually get actual parts for my iPod, because I know that has all three of them on there. And maybe I'll actually fix that. Yeah, this whole thing is just me going on a rant about fixing my iPod and iPad and about Infinity Blade in general. which is pretty fun. Don't really go on rants like this that often. And I will say, I do plan on 3D printing a full-size Infinity Blade. Maybe get Radjar's helmet, because I saw a file for that online for the Infinity Blade, plus Radjar's set from the first game, along with his shield. Probably going to 3D print just the helmet and the sword, hang it on my wall, because that'll be awesome. Go along next to my Master Blade, or Master Sword. Yeah, I'm super excited to be able to play these games again. Granted, game combat wise, it's pretty self-explanatory and pretty repetitive. But outside of that, love the games, love the combat loop. But yeah, given how repetitive and pretty simple it is, not terribly boring, Pretty easy to fall into a loop and do while doing it. And I will say, out of all three of them, I think it's a tie between the second and third one for which one's my favorite. Yeah, the third one just adds so much open world to it, and with all the different locations and all the other different hidden spots. Like, I loved going to the observatory by utilizing the hidden map. And then you have to go to one other location, tap on a location in the background, and then you get to a hidden spot. Which is like, how do you do that? But yeah, the second game, I really just love collecting the Outside the Vial set and other hidden secrets, like the room near the top with all the prisoners in it. That's a cool room. Although I will say, my least favorite part of the second game is the stupid guy guarding the Outside the Vial's shield in the tombstone. That guy is so difficult for no reason. Like, why do they make him that fast? And even on Bloodline 1, he hits like an absolute truck, which is insane. And I will say, for Infinity Blade 3, I do love the dragons. The dragon storyline, I guess, to it, where there's 3 dragons. You slowly whittle away at their health after meeting them a couple times. And then you get to the next dragon, do it again, next dragon. And then once you get to the last dragon, you have a brand new location with a whole bunch of loot. And you also get like a whole cool different combat encounter with its own cutscene, which is pretty cool. Yeah, like these are the greatest mobile games ever to exist. And the first one came out in 2010, which is the same time as like Fruit Ninja and Angry Birds and like Candy Crush. No, I think Candy Crush actually came out like 2 years later. But still, crazy impressive. But yeah, that's my whole rant about this. Got my iPad working, I've been playing it. Had a great time. Very nostalgic for me too. And, give it a shot yourself. I know that people online, like, Infinity Blade itself has a cult fan base, I'd say. And there's a guy out there trying to kind of rebuild the game from almost scratch so that you could emulate it on a computer, which is awesome. I feel like that'd be amazing to do. It just sucks since all the data is like locked to Apple hardware. So that in itself is like a whole issue to deal with. But yeah, give this a shot yourself. Maybe you have an old device laying around, or you can probably buy one for really cheap and fix it up yourself. Not even for like Infinity Blade. Maybe there's some other games that you want to play, or heck, maybe you just have a bunch of random photos on there too. I went through the photo library on my iPad. God, there's so much stuff I don't remember from like elementary school, which I don't even know why I have photos on my iPad for some reason. It's not like I brought it anywhere. But yeah, good trip down memory lane with those photos. Yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Love the Infinity Blade universe. Really great. Haven't read the books though. I do plan on buying them soon. And I hope you have a great day. and thank you very much for watching.